first of all, my happy dude fan, Arjun Singh from Chennai. Then I have a little disappointed Varnata, right, from RCB. Did I pronounce your name correct?
Yes, Varnata.
And Mo is unfortunately once again on the wrong side. Tough luck, guys. But that's an part and parcel of the game. I don't see the Delhi fan as of yet, but we will be joined soon. So let us begin the show. And I also have my analyst, Sahil Sarjan. So Sahil, let me first jump to the first game. Where do you think CSK beat your favorite RCB, rather my favorite RCB?
First of all, obviously the last over, obviously everyone would say it's the last over that Harshal Patel conceded 37 runs in 1 over, which is, I don't think, acceptable in a death over. So that you can say is a game changer. But even so, that 190 is a good total, but it's a chaseable total in the ground they played today. And for a fact that after Virat Kohli and Padikkal gave an outstanding start, and then Virat Kohli getting out to Sam Curran, and then Padikkal followed up with that. So it went all downfall from there. ABD unfortunately couldn't perform. Maxwell couldn't carry on. So nothing went right for RCB after that over from Harshal Patel. It went all wrong from there.
All right, Arjun, how happy are you?
I am pretty happy that CSK has won this match. Now, I know last season was a terrible mess, but this season things are going to change. This match was an epic one, and Jadeja just smacked in that last over. And your son must be happy because Chennai have won this match.
Well said.
By this way, we welcome our star, the superstar from South Africa, JP Dumini. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Anis. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good to see Sahil smiling again, or finally smiling.
Yes.
Sahil, so I'll leave it to you to ask JP the first question.
Yeah, so JP, about the first game today between Virat and MS Dhoni, do you think MS Dhoni read the pitch better than Virat Kohli? As you know, your compatriot Imran Tahir came into play today as an extra spinner, whereas Virat Kohli brought in an extra pacer within Saini. So do you think he read the pitch better?
Well, I guess the outcome you would suggest that he might have, but you got to also look at the reasons why Virat Kohli brought in Saini. So he wanted to make an impact in the middle order, using him particularly in the sort of middle period of the game, which unfortunately didn't work out for him. I think he went for about 27 in 2 overs. So obviously from a CSK perspective, they saw that as an opportunity. As good as he is, he's still a young cricketer trying to work on his trade. So they saw an opportunity to try and target him. And also the start that CSK got kind of set up that opportunity for them to take it on. And when it comes to RCB, they were always going to be on the back foot, having lost a cluster of wickets like they did. So they're always trying to come back into the game. So I don't think it's a clear-cut decision of reading the wicket better. I think it's also about understanding the opposition and how to potentially break the game open in the middle overs, because most teams pick spinners, in the middle overs to bowl your out-and-out spinners. RCB went with a out-and-out quick, trying to break open the game there. Unfortunately, didn't work for them. But also, if you think of conditions in Mumbai, generally there's a bit of pace in the wicket. So that's probably why he went with that option. But unfortunately, as Arjun said, CSK won fire today.
So Arjun, I give you this opportunity to ask your favorite JP Dumini the question you want to ask for the day.
How do you train for cricket?
What a great question. So let me say this, Arjun. There's many ways to do it, but the important thing for any youngster, if I had to have a conversation with any young up-and-coming cricketer that wants to be a professional cricketer one day, it's important that whatever you do, whatever type of training, whether it be in the gym, whether it be bowling, batting, fielding, all you want is to give your 100%. In whatever you do, make sure you give your best effort and your 100%. And as I can see right there, right now, there's a smile on your face, and play the game with a smile on your face. You give yourself the best chance.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Varnata, you seem to be disappointed, but I can make your evening good by throwing up. You can ask your question, whatever you wish. What did you feel was lacking? Up to, you can ask JP, our expert.
Thank you, sir. So my question would be, so as Harshal Patel went for 37 runs, in fact, in the last over, do you think we lost momentum over there and that changed the game?
Potentially, that would have been a big confidence booster for CSK. But again, you look at the scenario of the game and how it ended up. RCB only ended up getting 122, and one could argue whether that was going to be a big factor. If RCB maybe got around 180 or something like that, then you would argue that played a big part. But I think you got to give credit where credit is due. And CSK outplayed RCB tenfold today. And you can, as you mentioned, you can suggest that it was momentum. But I think from a skills perspective and really outperforming a team, it's not often that you win by 60 odd runs or 70 runs in a T20 game. So you gotta suggest then that one team was just far better than the other. So yeah, well done to CSK.
It was basically Jadeja's day.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
Jadeja's day.
you think about, what did he get? 60 odd. You got 3 wickets. You got a run out. I mean, it's one of those days that.
And he got a chance to shoot.
Oh, did he? Yeah, it was just outstanding. It's one of those days where it doesn't happen very often for one singular player. But I think today is probably a day where you can say one player beat the team. So that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Before I jump to my other game where I have my fans from Delhi, that is Nitesh, his music hits the ears of everybody. Welcome, Nitesh, as well as...
Hi, Anish bhai. How are you? Hi, JP. How are you?
Nitesh, nice to see you, buddy.
Nice to see you as well.
So I want to ask one question to JP. That's the most important question. JP, do you think the CSK you have been seeing from your playing time, are they there finally after that lackluster performance in UAE last year?
They, see, when it comes to CSK, they're always going to be contenders. I think if you look back to last year, it was probably just a blip in their sort of journey, where a few players were probably coming to the end, one or two retired. They probably needed one or two changes, but they kept the core group, which is important. I think I mentioned a few nights ago about a core group that you build around. So yes, I mean, it's great to see CSK performing as well as they used to perform, because it always bodes well for a great IPL. When CSK is playing well, Mumbai is playing well. Yes, they haven't been at their best just yet. I think Mumbai is going to come back once now that they've left Chennai. But it's great to see RCB playing good cricket as well, because everybody's always speaking about an RCB team every year. And even though they had a sort of subpar performance today, it's great to see them performing as well. So CSK on top always bodes well for a great IPL.
Brilliant. So now I'll jump to Nitesh. Nitesh, you must be a happy guy. Please throw in your question to our expert, JP.
Really, really happy that the team came and performed. Went to the Super Over. Trust me, it was like nerves all throughout. But at the end, coming out on the victorious side is always pleasant. My question would be, JP, do you think 160 on a wicket like this was a defendable total? Do you think they could have gone past 10, 15 runs more? Or do you think that was a par total on this particular wicket?
I think 160 was a good score. In times past, when you think about Chennai, there were seasons where even 130, 135 was defendable. But I think the way that it's playing this season, even though it's not a great batting wicket, but teams have managed to score between 140 and 160. And when you're getting to that 160 mark, I think you give yourself a great chance. And to be fair, for most of the game, Delhi was probably winning it.
Yeah, true.
And then obviously the Williamson innings. I forget the batter at the end that hit the 2 boundaries.
Suchit.
Suchit, there we go.
Suchit.
Down the order. I mean, that was a game changer. I mean, in any game, 16 runs of the last over, you're going to back KJ Rabada to do the business. Fortunately, went to a super over. And unfortunately, David Warner's short run possibly could have cost them in the end.
Yes.
So yeah, there's various small things that could have made a big difference. So yeah, those are the things you got to learn from.
Right. Moise, I
Yeah.
can see the disappointment on your face. 4 losses in 5 games, 4 close losses. Up to
Yeah.
you now. What do you want to ask our superstar JP?
Well, JP, hi, how are you? How's everything?
All right, and you, Moise?
All good. Well, the thing is, in my opinion, I feel Sunrisers is a bit too dependent on the top order. Now, do you
Right.
think that is true, or they should be trusting their middle order still?
Yeah, look, they are top heavy, and you think back to seasons where they've done really well. It's relied a lot on their top order, but I think with Kedar Yadav there, he's done well for Chennai in the past, and I think he's a great inclusion for them in that middle order. Unfortunately, he didn't come good today, but yeah, he would be an important cog in that middle order for them. So yes, it's always a challenge when you reliant on your top order so much. If you think back to a team like Mumbai, for instance, last season, as much as there was performances in the top order, they could rely on that middle order, which allowed the freedom for the top order. And that's the challenge sometimes when you're so top heavy, is sometimes that can create a bit of extra pressure for the top order to feel like, oh, I can't lose my wicket. So they're going to have to find that balance. They've got a good management there. And as I mentioned, the Kedav Yadav is a great inclusion for them. And hopefully he comes good for them to create a bit of freedom at the top again.
Sahil, the last question regarding the last match, quickly to JP.
Yeah, this is related to Kane Williamson. The guy did not play the first 3 games. Am I right? I don't think he was. I don't know if
Yes.
he was.
I think
He
so.
was
I'm
not
not
fit.
sure about that. But how important is he today? He showed. Oh, he is one of the most players for their team. Yes, he's not the guy who goes. He's not a hard hitter, but he takes it till the end. And today, his heroics at least got them till the Super Over. But how important is he to this squad? Like they have the likes of Jason Holder, but how important is Kane Williamson though?
No, he's massive. And when I was watching his innings, what was impressive about him, and whenever I've watched him, is his ability to read the game, his ability to read what the bowler is intending to do with the field that he's got, but also with the conditions. And the reason why I say that, there was a shot that he played. He came down the wicket to a seamer and just hit him straight back over his head. I forget who the bowler was. And the reason why he did that, because the previous ball was a bouncer. So he knew that he's going to pitch it up the next one. And that's what makes him such a good batter on a surface that was difficult to bat. Those are the type of players that are going to come good for you. I think if you think back to the previous conversation we had with Delhi, Steve Smith played a similar innings in the last game, where the wicket is challenging. You need good cricket shots to be played. So it's not just the bludgeoning sixes that's going to win you the game. It's about forming partnerships, understanding what to do, who's your good matchups to go up against. And those are the type of players like a Kane Williamson and a Steve Smith. They really come good in those situations. So you'll be disappointed to, unfortunately, not get the team over the line. But that he gave his best effort for sure.
Guys, these are golden words from none other than who has played IPL at the highest level, has played international cricket for South Africa at the highest level. And mind you, both Nitesh, Sahil, Arjun, as well as Moise, in fact, you captained the indoor team. So there is where he says the game awareness, what to do and what needs decisions to be made. So make sure that when you go back, go through this video again and try and understand the finer points, and you can put it in your game. Let's have some fun time. Arjun, are you ready for the quiz?
Yeah.
And my dear disappointed Varnada, now bring a smile. You've lost on the field, but you can be the Jadeja of your team now, okay? So my first question goes to little Arjan. Arjan, who was the man of the match of today's game in your team?
Jadeja?
Are you sure? JP, is he right?
Wasn't it MS Dhoni?
I also felt it. Arjan, do you want to lock
not
it with Jadeja or Dhoni?
I'm sure it's Jadeja.
Okay, we give you 1-0. Let me go to you, Varnata. Who was the bowler who was clobbered for 37 runs in the last over?
Harshal Patel.
I think that is right. JB, shall we give it to her?
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Arjan, let me come to you. Who was the opening batsman, Arjan, who set the platform and scored a 50 for CSK?
Of Duplessis?
Maybe JP knows him well, more than all of us. JP, is it true?
Did he get back-to-back 50s in his last 2 games?
Maybe Arjan can answer this. Do you remember last time what he scored?
What did he get in his last game?
I don't
Come on.
remember last time what he scored, but I'm pretty sure he got back-to-back 50.
There we go. Well done.
That's a good one. You get it, Mike. Let
Well
me
done.
come to you, my dear Vanata. The second question to you quickly. Who is the coach? I know it's a difficult one, but I'll give you a clue. Okay. Who is the coach of RCB? Let me give you a simple clue. He's from New Zealand.
Simon.
Head coach of her. What is that?
Simon Katich.
I could give you the benefit of the doubt. Simon Kettage is from Australia, but I said he's a Kiwi. You know, when you go to school, you take a lesson. So I will give you another clue. Now you're very much there. Lesson, and it rhymes with that. You want to give it a shot? It's a tough one. Okay.
Are you asking about?
Use a mic.
Yeah.
Mic. So I give you the first word.
Mike
Come on, give me the
Hazen.
second word.
Mike
Yeah,
Hazen.
there you go. It was a tough one, so I gave you so many clues.
But
My
he's
last
a
question to you, Arjan.
director. He's
But
a
he's the
director,
boss.
right?
He's
Yeah.
the boss. He's the boss. Okay, last question to you, Arjan. Quickly. How much runs did MS Dhoni score, your favorite player today?
2?
Absolutely spot on. So you won it
Oh,
off the
what?
field and on the field. I'm afraid.
Anis, that was actually not officially correct. It was 2 not out, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'm sorry, Varnata. You have to give it to Arjan, young Arjan. He's beat you on the field, off the field. So we come to our two, other fans. Nitesh, come on, are you ready to spin?
Yes. Good to go.
All right. So let me ask you, who was the man of the match in your game?
Prithvi Shaw.
Can I lock it? I thought it was Williamson. I'm not sure.
Prithvi Shaw,
What do you
for
say,
sure.
JP? Pretty
Yeah,
sure?
that's right. Yeah, it's good.
All right, I'll give it to you. All right, Moise. Let me ask you, how much did Williamson score? Batting first in the actual 20 overs. How much did he score?
66.
Oh, that's spot on. Well done, Moise. You were there. Nitesh, let me come to you. Prithvi Shaw, you said, was the man of the match. How much did he score?
53.
Spot on. Nitesh, you've done your homework very well. Moise, coming to you. Who was the most expensive bowler from your team, SRH?
Khalil Ahmed.
Spot on. So 2-all. That's getting close like the super over. And I hope we don't have a super over here, Nitesh. Let me ask you a very, very simple question. Who's the coach of your team?
Ricky Ponting.
That's
Ricky
very
Ponting.
easy.
Ricky Ponting.
Should I give it to him? Is it pointing or?
You can give him
Ricky
half a
Ponting.
point. Half a point.
Now that I don't want to ask you a difficult question because I know I am also not so sure about the coach of SRH, but I'll ask you a very simple question. Who's the captain of SRH?
David Warner.
Okay, so it's a super over. Wow! Now I'm going to ask you the most difficult question, which I think, let me see. What's the tagline of this page, Mr. Cricket UAE? There is a tagline in Hindi. There's a tagline. Whosoever answers first, someone gets it. Come on.
Like Cricket Unplugged, I think.
No.
No.
Nitesh, you want to give it a shot?
The campaign says predict and win. So I think.
Shame on you guys. Both of you don't deserve to play the super over. Arjan, do you want to give it a shot?
No, I don't want to give it a shot.
ये Mr. Cricket का page है. आगे का line, fill in the blank. This is Mr. Cricket's page. Leave your passion and everybody is a dash. Come on. Anybody wants to give it a shot?
Fan?
No, my JP already answered it.
Oh,
Come
was
on,
that
boys. What kind
I
of you a fan?
I didn't hear it.
Oh
a
my
winner?
God.
I didn't hear it.
Everyone's a winner.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You both are ruled out. Both don't deserve to win.
और यहाँ हर कोई
Nonetheless,
जीतेगा.
हर
fine.
कोई जीतेगा.
Uh,
Anyway, we'll give it to Nitesh for a simple reason. He finally said, yeah, har koi jitega. Moise, next time, don't spoil my name on my page.
sorry, my bad.
Thank you, JP. Sorry, we had to hold you today. It was a super
No,
over.
it's
And
no
we had
problem,
4
guys.
beautiful fans. So I had to announce on my page, to be very honest, we have had fans throughout the week. But one fan takes it hands down. And that's none other. The fan of the week is the young Arjan Singh. Give it a big hand for
Well done,
Arjan.
Arjan.
Yes.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, guys. Sleep well. Take care of yourselves. We'll
Moise
catch with
needs to
JP.
find his smile, eh? Moise needs to find his smile.
Moise
Yeah,
needs to smile.
definitely.
Maybe when they go to Delhi, I think they'll get
Yeah.
another spinning track there.
All right, no worries. Nice to see you guys.
Thanks, JP. Take
you,
care.
guys.
Bye.
Well
Love
done.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.